Hey, what's going on, comic book family? It's F from Past Point Comics. It's been a while since I've done an actual, just a recording of a video, so I figured this would be the perfect time to do one. But before I go any further, as usual, if you like what you see, please consider hitting that like, subscribe, and notification button. So I went to 2 cons within a 2-week period. The first one I went to was, San Diego Comic-Con. This one was from Wednesday preview night until Sunday evening. So basically it was 5 days, about 2 weeks ago. And I just came back from D23. Yep, I got these mouse ears there. They were given away for free. So I went to both of these conventions. I'm going to talk about both of them, what I liked and what I didn't like about the cons. So let's get going. So the first thing is getting a badge or how to get a badge. This was basically the same for both sites. You log on a certain time and day, and you just wait to get chosen. If you're lucky enough to get chosen, great. You get to get your badges and you get to get them for a certain amount of people. And both of them were just waiting games. So, I was fortunate to get a badge with help from friends, because more than one person can log on to their computers, but they can choose besides themselves more people, to go. So I was fortunate enough to have some friends. We were all helping each other out. Who has the better looking badge? Hands down, D23 has the better looking badges. Take a look at these badges here. Oh, they're both the same, but they're just different colors. This is a Saturday one of Mickey. And this is the Friday badge. These were great looking badges. Well done. These are actually souvenirs you can keep too. I love San Diego Comic-Con, but as you can see, their badges are kind of plain looking. This is it. That's all they have for the badges. So hands down, D23 has the better badges. Lining up to get inside the convention center. For San Diego Comic-Con, it was pretty easy. All you had to do was tap your badge and you were in. And that was it. You're in. They didn't check anything. So I'm not sure how they did that security wise, but that's all you had to do. D23 was a different story. They make you line up, and then they have like a security guard there to go through every bag that you carry in there. They have a little flashlight. They make you open up all the zippers. It takes a little while. So the lines kept on growing and growing, but they just really checked for that. And you could only bring in water. Any other Coke, energy drinks, no, you just couldn't bring it in. But nobody knew why. San Diego Comic-Con, when you go to cons, sometimes you have to wait, and you can bring in chairs, these little foldable chairs or camping chairs. They're allowed. At D23, you could not bring a chair in. They said, nope, no chairs in. So that was a con against San Diego Comic-Con. D23. So getting inside the actual convention center, and that wasn't even getting inside the convention center for D23. It was just going through security. Once you got through that, it was easy, just like San Diego Comic-Con. You just went in, and that was it. But as far as ease is concerned, San Diego Comic-Con was a lot easier. They just didn't check as much as D23, and nobody knew why. There may be some city ordinances in Anaheim that doesn't allow other types of drinks, but they would not even let you bring in food, which to me was a little bit ridiculous. Okay, so how did each convention handle exclusives? At San Diego Comic-Con, you had to log on to a site, and these are just certain exclusives. Each day, they give you a certain amount of points where you can choose which exclusives you want to try to get, and then later on, they'll let you know whether you got them or not. For D23, it was a virtual queue at 4 a.m. every day and 1 p.m. every day. You log on, and then you just click on what exclusive you're trying to get, and that was it. You either got in or you didn't, and this was done in less than a minute. I didn't get in all the days I was there. I did not get in. I clicked on it at 4 a.m. and it was gone within 10 seconds. So I don't know how else they can handle it, but some people did get in, obviously, but they got in to the virtual queue, but I just didn't. After less than 10 seconds, I was done. It says you didn't get in. So, I don't worry about those things. If I get in, I get it, and which is great. But if I don't, I just go on with the day. So how crowded was it? Both of these conventions was very, very crowded. You can't beat it. Everybody wants to go there. So, that I'd say they were evenly crowded. But who has the better convention center? Sorry, I live in San Diego and I really like going to San Diego Comic Con, but face it, everybody knows that their convention center isn't the biggest convention center, and you just feel more crowded there. The floors before, they used to have carpeting and they didn't have it this year, so it was harder on the feet. And the air conditioning, they have air conditioning, but after a while, you just don't feel it as much. But when you walk in, you do. The Anaheim Convention Center is just better. They had the air conditioning seemed to be just stronger. The floor, a lot of the flooring had carpeting, and it's just bigger. It didn't seem as crowded as San Diego Comic Con because it's just a bigger convention center. So I have to give that to Anaheim Convention Center. I just like their convention center a lot better. So who had the better giveaways? It seems that San Diego Comic Con had more giveaways, as far as I know, because they're giving away comic books and posters and pins during panels, and San Diego has more panels. So, but D23 had the giveaway that everybody wanted, and it wasn't part of the exclusives. You just had to get there first and get to their vendor site, and they were giving away this Lorcana Mickey Mouse card. See it right here. And here's the back of it. Everybody wanted this on Thursday. It was crazy. And I was in there too. Everybody just was rushing to their site. They were giving this away by, this was given away by Ravenscraft, I believe. And everybody just wanted it, and everybody just jammed in there. And it was very overwhelming. I mean, security, it was hard to control everybody that was there. And actually, I looked behind me and it was just a mass of humanity, and I just had to leave. I just didn't want to stay in the line that long. But luckily, some of my friends did stay in the line, and I met up with them afterwards to get in the line to get this card. Everybody wanted this card on the first day. It was crazy. The second day, they did it better. You had to get there early, but they gave you a wristband, and then they made you line up at the lobby of the convention center, and they were bringing in people single file. So the second day, they wisened up, and it was a lot better. Don't get me wrong, San Diego Comic Con had this one exclusive also. It wasn't free, but the crowding was crazy, but nothing compared to D23 for this giveaway. But overall, as far as giveaways are concerned, I think I liked San Diego Comic Con giveaways better because there were just more of them, that I went after. Who had better exhibitors? Now, by exhibitors, I'm talking about the big, exhibitors like Marvel, or when, Fox shows up, or Hulu. I would kind of say, and I'm not talking about the smaller vendors. I'm just talking about big exhibitors. I just seem to like D23 exhibitors better. To me, I think it had to do with their lighting inside the convention center. It was more brighter, and it just make the exhibitors stick out more. I mean, Hulu was there, and both of these places, they had Hulu and Disney and Marvel, but then, they had National Geographic at D23, and they had other vendors too. And they had old, cars like from days gone by and that Walt Disney used, or from movies. And I just like the overall exhibitors at D23 better. Who had better panels? Now, I'm just talking about smaller panels. And to me, San Diego Comic Con has more of them, and they have more that I like. I mean, don't get me wrong, D23 has some great panels too, but San Diego Comic Con, sometimes it is more situated towards comic books, which I gravitate more towards. So I did enjoy the San Diego Comic Con panels more than the D23 panels, but both were good. I mean, it depends on what your niche is. If you like comic books, then San Diego Comic Con hands down. But if you like other panels that talk about more, obviously, Disney related panels, then Disney was your panels to go to. Okay, now San Diego Comic Con has Hall H. For those of you who don't know, Hall H is where they talk about all the upcoming movies and TV shows. Everybody wants to go to Hall H, which has a fitting of about 6,500 people. But it goes like from 11 a.m. to about 7 p.m. They, the whole day, different, companies like not 20th Century Fox, but Marvel shows up, and other companies, movie companies, they show up on TV. They talk about all the upcoming shows that are coming up in September. Disney had their offsite, which was the Honda Center, where the Anaheim Ducks played, and it was for 3 days. The first day was about movie and TV shows. The second day was what is going on with Disneyland, Disney World and other Disney locations. And the third day was, like they gave out awards to 3 individuals. Harrison Ford was one. Steve Ditko, who was one of the original writers who brought in comic books like in the 1960s, and Angela Bassett. They were giving like awards, like honorary awards, and those were the 3 big award nights, the award days at the Honda Center. But it was just 2 hours each. Plus, you had to pay extra to go to these Honda Center events. I believe each one was $200, and the Honda Center is big. It held, I believe, at least 16,000 people, and it was very crowded. So Hall H is free. The only thing is you have to wait in line, and sometimes Hall H is infamous for waiting over 24 hours to get inside, especially on Saturday when they have all the big announcements for Hollywood. But it's free. And the Honda Center, you had to pay, $200 per ticket, and there was no line, like overnight. You just got there like a half an hour beforehand, and they walked you in. I myself, I went to the Honda Center on Friday to look at the, all the announcements for movies and TV shows, and this is just Disney related. Hall H is for any type of company that wants to come in and talk about their movies. And like I said, to me, the selling point was free. But the only, bad thing about it is you have to wait overnight, and that's just the way it is with Hall H. But overall, I believe, to me, Hall H just had a different vibe, more excitement. Honda Center, when they were talking about all the upcoming movies and TV shows, a lot of it was repeated, because of Hall H had done theirs 2 weeks before. And my next one, who had better cosplayers? Well, I know, to me, who had more cosplayers and therefore had better cosplayers was San Diego Comic-Con. I just saw a lot more innovative and creative cosplayers than D23. So that, to me, but both were fine. When you've seen both of them, they were, the creators, are top notch. But to me, I'd have to give the edge to San Diego Comic-Con. Outside the convention centers, what I'm talking about, if you've ever been to San Diego Comic-Con, we have the Gaslamp District, and behind the convention center is a pier, and it's basically wall-to-wall fun. So hands down, San Diego Comic-Con has better outside activities than D23, which didn't have any, basically. There's no comparison. San Diego Comic-Con is way better than that. And that about does it. So like I said, I wanted to give you a quick video here. What, my comparisons to both San Diego Comic-Con and D23. If I had a choice to only go to one, it would be San Diego Comic-Con. And not just because I've been going there for like over 30 years and I've only gone to D23 the 2 years that I've gone to them. It's just a different vibe. It just seemed more exciting to me. You could just feel the energy, leading up to San Diego Comic-Con, and just when you're there, all the buzz about Hollywood and, which books are coming out. And I liked going to both. But like I said, I've been going to San Diego Comic-Con for such a long time. To me, it's just a different vibe. You can really feel the excitement. Well, I hope you liked this video. Like I said, I was just comparing both of these cons, which one I like the best. And I enjoyed D23, but I really, really enjoyed San Diego Comic-Con 2024. Until next time, everybody, this is Ephraim, Pass Point Comics. I hope you like what you see, and go out and buy a comic book and read it.